Hey, what's up? What up? What up? What up? What up, man? What's up, everybody? Man, there's been some breaking news going on around here, man. Now, some of you might be looking at this picture right here and wondering, well, who's that guy right there? Now, that guy is a guy by the name of Taxstone. Now, Taxstone was a podcaster who was early in the game. When I say early in the game, I mean early in the game, man. And it looks like he's been in trial for a while now. This situation that he's been involved in happened several years ago, but it looks like the jury finally came down with a verdict. Now I'm gonna do some shout outs to some of my usual suspects here in the chat, and then we're gonna get to talking about this Taxstone situation, man. All right, what's up, Delaware in the building? I see you, Delaware. What up? Somebody said, congrats to Taxstone. Red, I see you in the building. What's up? Yo, what up? Taxstone free? Nah, he's not free, but it looks like he's not guilty in the biggest charge that he could have got. Now, he did catch some other charges, and we'll get to that as soon as the story develops. But let me do some more shout outs real quick, man. What up, El Paso? What's up, man? All right, what up, Red? I see you. Please hope he's not found guilty. He's found not guilty. Free Taxstone, somebody said. Okay. St. Louis, what's up? What up, St. Louis? What up? All right, as you guys get in here, make sure you hit that like button, man. That's very important. I see everybody piling in here, but we're going to talk about this Taxstone situation, right? What up, Witty Gang in the building? Boston, what's up, man? What up, what up, what up, man? Salute to everybody who showed up so far. Somebody said Troy Ave snitched on Taxstone and he was still found not guilty. That's crazy, man. This got a good point, man. So you risked your rap career for nothing, you know what I'm saying? That's for Troy Ave to figure out, you know what I'm saying? But as far as this Taxstone situation, man, we go cover it, man. Also, we're gonna talk about the 6ix9ine situation, man, and really delve into the fact that this dude really get set up, or was this just a chance, a slip up or a trip up just on his side? You know what I'm saying? NYC in the building. What's up, New York? What up, man? What up? What up? What up? Who else we got? You doing all the shout outs? Where you from? Man, I'm from all over. I'm gonna keep it real, man. All over. You know what I'm saying? Literally. You know what I mean? Boston in here. What's up, Boston? Somebody said free Taxstone. Well, it looks like, man, he'll be free, but it might not be as quick as you thought. But as far as I know, this is a state case. So, man, he's been locked down for a while. He might be home quicker than you think. You know what I mean? Guilty on 6 of 8 counts. But, yo, the big counts is what counts. Because there's a difference between being on death row or getting an L at the end of your name and having a date. You know what I mean? Wilmington, Delaware in the building. What's up? New Orleans, what up? What up? What up? All right, who else we got in the building? Madeira 559. Where's Madeira 559 at? Where's that from? I'm just asking for a friend. You know what I'm saying? What up, New Orleans? Philadelphia, PA in the building. What's up? He's been in for 5 years. Yeah, that's wild. Somebody still said Trey Ave snitched and Taxstone still not guilty. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Texas checking in. What up? In the dirty South, the 210. What's up, man? How you doing? Dallas checking in. What's up, Dallas? What up? What up? Okay, man. So let's get down to business. Can we? You know what I'm saying? All right. So there's several headlines out there talking about this situation, dealing with Taxstone, right? Now, as I mentioned before, Taxstone is the guy in the picture right here. Now, Taxstone was well on his way to being a huge podcaster out there. And I'll tell you why. He was ahead of everybody. I don't even think at the time Joe Budden had his podcast set up, but I know what was my guy from New York who really kicked off podcasting. Somebody will tell me in the chat later. Tell me in the comments later in the chat now. But Taxstone was early, man. He was really doing the rounds, doing his interviews with Vlad, doing his thing. But the last 6 years, he's been fighting this case. So let's go to this news story from, I want to say it's Pitchfork or something like that talks about how this thing came to a close and what can we expect out of the trial so far, or what more we have to expect out of the trial, because it looks like the jury came out with a decision today. So let's check this out. All right, so there you guys see the headline. It says Taxstone convicted of manslaughter for 2016 shooting at T.I.'s Irving Plaza concert. Now, this was a huge situation because Irving Plaza was doing a show for T.I., obviously, and there was a lot of hip-hop acts that were showing up and, wanted to rub elbows with everybody who was there. Everybody in the hip-hop community was in unison that, they were going to be showing up to this place and showing love. And it was just a good look to be on top of that. Now, at the time being, you had Taxstone and Troy Ave. Their camps had been warring back and forth on social media. Even Taxstone had went as far as to say some things on social media, letting Troy Ave kind of in a subliminal way know that, I know your mans came home and I ain't worried about all that. And it just escalated from there. Now, there had been back and forth previous to that because there is an acquaintance of Taxstone by the name of Manolo Rose. So you guys just drift back with me a couple years, right? Manolo Rose was a Brooklyn MC who had a song that I believe was quote unquote sampled or used by Troy Ave. Like the song was actually a Manolo Rose song, and Troy Ave ended up having to work some kind of deal out with Manolo Rose for the song. But there was always bad blood there because they're from two different crews and things like that, right? Things escalated at this Irving Plaza concert where Troy Ave's homeboy, a guy by the name of Banga, ended up getting shot and killed. Troy Ave ended up returning fire, and he faced a lot of scrutiny after the event, because Taxstone was really close friends with Charlemagne the God. And yes, I know that, I just rock with me. Taxstone was really good friends with Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Club, right? Well, anytime Troy Ave would try to come up there and plead his part or say anything, Charlemagne the God would not be present for the interview. Even before the incident took place, there was a back and forth between the two because, Charlemagne had already aligned himself with Taxstone, and Troy Ave was in the island on his own. After people found out that Troy Ave had testified or would testify, and he went on the Streets is Dead campaign, it even worsened his position. So it made things a lot worse for Troy Ave, to be real with you, man. Now, in any other situation, had he not made those final moves that he had made, he would have looked like a hero, because in the video that was released of the situation, it looked like Troy Ave took the gun from Taxstone. That's what it looked like. I mean, according to the court testimony, that's not what happened. But took the gun, fired back after his man got shot, and went back in there and shot some more. Now, this put Troy Ave in a weird situation to where he could be looking at some time too. Because remember, we're talking New York City, and they don't play about guns there, regardless of the situation. But it seems like there's been a back and forth leading up to this situation because Troy Ave has been shot at, and Taxstone has been locked down and receiving a lot of praise from the hip-hop community. You know what I mean? Every once in a while on social media, when he gets the opportunity to spread some kind of message, somehow it gets out there, you know what I mean? But since then, he's been waiting for this trial to end. And in the ruckus of all this, there's been more back and forth. Because as Troy Ave took the stand to testify against Taxstone, Manolo Rose and a lot of those guys who were part of Taxstone's original crew were there, and an altercation ended up taking place outside of the courthouse, man. Now, in this story, that's just giving you guys a brief understanding of the events leading up to this point. So Taxstone was looking at the murder of Troy Ave's homeboy, Banga, and essentially his life was on the line. He was looking at possibly an L. It could be all over for Taxstone, who was somebody who had a promising podcasting career, even though he was kind of rough around the edges and a real street dude, most people would say, right? So here we are, right? They've been going back and forth in court. Troy Ave testified against Taxstone, and now the verdict is in, and it looks like Taxstone has been convicted of manslaughter. But what most people are going to miss is the fact that, he didn't get convicted of murder, which is the big, you know what I mean? It's like, out of all the charges that he gets, at least in this situation, he'll probably be able to see the light of day. He'll probably be able to go home. You know what I mean? So it's going to be, is it a bad situation still? Yeah. But he still has to go for sentencing. So let's kick into the story, right? Now, the story starts off by saying Taxstone, the hip-hop podcast host who shot and killed a man and injured others at T.I.'s 2016 concert in New York City's Irving Plaza, was convicted of manslaughter at the jury trial today. A New York State Supreme jury found Taxstone, whose real name is Daryl Campbell, guilty of manslaughter in the first degree, 2 counts of assault in the first degree, 1 count of assault in the second degree, and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. Now that's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I think somebody already did the estimates. He got like 6 out of the 8 charges he was found guilty on. So this is no walk in the park for Taxstone by any means. Now the incident stemmed from a feud between Taxstone and rapper Troy Ave. Troy Ave was wounded in the incident, and his bodyguard, Ronald McFadder, was killed after being shot in the chest. 2 others were shot in the incident. Troy Ave sued the venue and Live Nation over lack of security, while fans in attendance sued the venue and claimed they were trampled amid the chaos after shots were fired. So you can only imagine it was a hectic scene when the shooting started, man. Troy Ave ended up suing some people, trying to get him some cash out of the situation. And people who were in attendance were like, well, if he's going to sue, I'm going to sue too. And that's where, and I'm thinking that's why that venue had put off having hip hop acts there for a while, right? Now, in this section, it closes by saying this. It says Daryl Campbell was convicted of killing a man and shooting 3 others during a tragic and deadly confrontation in a packed New York City music venue. And District Attorney Alvin Bragg said in a statement, in addition to seriously injuring his rival and killing his rival's bodyguard, Mr. Campbell shot innocent bystanders and put hundreds of others' lives at risk. We will vigorously prosecute anyone who commits this type of deadly violence. So basically saying that, Taxstone shot several other people while attempting to shoot Troy Ave and shot his bodyguard. Now, sentencing is set to take place on April 19th. So he's looking about not even a month from now, he'll see what his sentence is. But man, anybody who's thinking that Taxstone is going to get off with a light sentence, even though he's already been down, for 5 years or something like that, I don't think it's going to rock that way, man. I hate to be a pessimist. I hate to be the negative Nancy. But man, when you have the DA talking like that before sentencing, you can only imagine what's going to take place when the judge gets a real chance at providing the sentence, or handing the sentence down, I should say, in this case, man. Now, my bad for neglecting the chat. I see you guys active in there, but y'all do me a favor, man. Y'all run up them likes. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Okay? Now, he was found not guilty on two charges that he was charged with, right? Am I mistaken? You know what I mean? Or is that too? Am I leading the people in the wrong direction? So let's do this. Taxstone. Guilty. Let's do that. All right, man. So basically, it's looking like it's still going to be a hard road for Taxstone, man. He's going to still have a fight on his hands no matter what you think about the situation. You know what I mean? Now, what's odd is Troy Ave's part in all this, right? Because Troy Ave has kind of went quiet since he testified. I'm going to keep it real, man. Like, Troy Ave, ever since he testified, he's before that, he was dropping songs. He was dissing Casanova left and right. I mean, he was dissing Casanova like it was his job. Like, that was what he was on. But since testifying, man, he's been rather quiet. I'll keep it real, man. So we can only imagine what we'll see out of Troy Ave in this situation, knowing that it sounds like, you guys tell me what y'all think, man. It sounds like to me that Taxstone's still going to get a date, meaning he's still going to be able to come home someday, and it's not going to be a life sentence or anything of that nature, man. So we'll see. But yeah, man, so that is the latest news on that situation. And man, what we're going to do is we are going to slide into our next topic. You know what I mean? And for our next topic, I wanted to talk about, let me take Troy Ave down. Actually, we ain't gonna get on. We're gonna talk about something else besides YSL Woody yet. We'll say that to the end, right? We're gonna talk about this, man. Probably the hottest topic right now in hip hop, right? Now, by now, everybody's seen the video of 6ix9ine pretty much getting the business, man. some dudes was beating the brakes off of him. Some people have commented and said, yo, that was nothing. That was just a light dusting. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. Some people were saying, man, it was a savage beating that he took at the hands of those culprits that you see in the picture to the right there, right? The crazy part about it is, this is one time where I've seen 6ix9ine being quiet. You know what I'm saying? I hardly talk about the dude, you know, because a lot of his antics, they're obviously clickbait. But in this situation, I really, truly feel like dude is like, man, they really got me. Like, he really took an L this time. And I know a lot of his supporters and fans don't want to hear that, but man, you got to really look at it fair and balanced. And I'm being as fair and balanced as possible. And dude took an L. Now, one person who was getting a lot of scrutiny was his bodyguard and his security. Now, his security went to social media to talk about the fact that, yo, man, we did not set him up. This wasn't some inside job. Quit putting that out there. We actually would have stood on whatever, but he went to the, you know, he basically went out by himself. Now, his security guard is a guy, and I'm going to bring this up real quick. One of his security guards is this guy right here. And I guess he goes by the name Bam Bam. And judging from his Instagram profile, he looks like some sort of fighter or something. Like, he's got a lot of fighting stuff. I guess he fights MMA. You know what I mean? And you see he even reposted this story right here, or this post on Instagram where it says 6ix9ine's head security guard drops a statement to prove his innocence. Now, we're talking about this guy right here in this same post, right? So let's go to that and just look at what he dropped. So in his story yesterday, he posted this right here. And you see the name is Bam Bam Brand on the top. And you see he reposted the video that DJ Academics posted of the alleged culprits, or the people who put the beat down and beat the brakes off of 6ix9ine. My bad, that's not funny, man. Wrong button.
Bruh.
And he reposted the video of them, you know, basically sneaking back into the gym, or not sneaking into the gym. The one guy waiting for the other guy to show up and then going into the gym, and then allegedly putting hands and feet all on 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? Now, in this post, he says this. He says, so he couldn't just do it alone. He called for backup when he saw an opportunity. 6ix9ine, a grown man, and he wanted to do cardio on his own. He'd be outside like that. So basically, saying that 6ix9ine, you know, is prone to do this, be outside by himself. But what's weird about this situation is, dude, you're a federal informant. If I was a federal informant, there ain't no way in the world I'm ever going outside by I might go outside by myself initially, but that would be to meet security. You know what I mean? And if I did, it would have to be in an area where I know it's not a lot of people around who might want to do me harm. Now, the problem with 6ix9ine is he's offended so many people in the past, he has no way of knowing everybody he's offended. He said something about each and every gang I can think of, including one of the gangs that's being included in this story, or people are assuming is involved in this story. So it's hard to finger point exactly who would be mad at him at any given point in time, right? So this situation seems to be, this could be anybody's doing, is what I would say. I would say, man, I know people have their theories about who's responsible, but man, let's just rock with this. Let's see. Now, he finishes by saying this: I can't control him, but to say I set him up, false allegations. Now, he's addressing directly the fact that people were saying that he was involved with setting 6ix9ine up because he's the head of security, and he wasn't there. He didn't show up. He wasn't around. Nobody was around. There was kind of a guy at the end there with a black jumpsuit on who was escorting him around the gym. A lot of people said that was one of the gym employees. But, man, according to what his head of security is saying here, he goes off by himself on his own a lot, and they have no way of controlling him in these situations. So, to be real, if he's doing that, there's nothing they can do. Like, even if they're being paid for his safety, like, it's him going off on his own, man. And maybe he just feels like he can do that at this point. Maybe he thought people forgot. Maybe he thought everybody just soft, you know what I mean? But obviously, that ain't the case, man. And obviously, he's probably going to have to step a little harder with that security, man. Now, he also says false allegations, something minorities used to do, we be accused of nothing. Now, That last part's a little confusing. I'm not sure what he's trying to say here about something minorities used to do. We be accused of nothing. Maybe he's saying that, sometimes people get blamed about things because of their race or nationality or something to that effect. But basically what this boils down to is this dude is trying to say, we did not set 6ix9ine up. I did not, as his security, set him up. That is a lie. That is false. What do you say right there? False allegations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I had the sound effect from Rick Ross, like false allegations. You know what I'm saying? And basically, he's saying that he's not responsible. Now, what's crazy is, let me see. Okay. Something minor. I wanted to see if he had anything extra to say. Okay. So this is just another post of him with 6ix9ine. And the Bam Bam guy is this guy right here. The guy that you see with the ponytail. Remember when he was at the game, the baseball game, right? That's the head of security that's talking. That's the one that's commenting. He said, I can't be everywhere at the same time, but that doesn't mean you still can't get professional protection by guys that know what they're doing and why. So basically letting it be known that, he's a security guard, but he can't be everywhere at all times, which is understandable, dude. You know what I'm saying? There ain't, like, I don't know who came up with the rumor that he set 6ix9ine up, but I mean, he's obviously saying it isn't fact. Now, I don't know. Let's keep it real. Let's be 100% factual. I don't know this dude from a can of paint. So could he be all cap with this? Yes, man. It's possible. But he's pleading his case that no, man, as his head of security, I did not set him up, man. Because it seemed a little odd, man. It did, man. I'm going to say it, man. It seemed a little odd. It really did. Yeah. So, man, let's continue with what he said. Now, he said, I got many guards that have put in the hours, earned their stripes, ready to work. If you need executive protection or security for any type of event, DM me when in Miami. And you see the picture that he used there? That's from when 6ix9ine was at the World Baseball Classics or whatever it was. And he ended up having to get kicked. Well, he got escorted out because people were throwing beers at him. You see the police officer off to the right there. He ended up getting escorted out because he was causing a ruckus. I mean, it was Puerto Rico versus Mexico, I believe. And he had said some things, like people were upset. People were upset, man. And he ended up leaving, said some more things in the parking lot. But this guy during that situation said he maintained a professional presence and was able to escort 6ix9ine out of there without any type of issue. You know what I mean? Which is all you could ask for, to be real with you. And then he just added his information right there. Now he said, from Concrete Box to the CEOs, don't let the negativity hold you back. Almighty Productions. Now what's crazy is, okay, there's another part to this, right? So you see that name, Bullet Guzman, right? That name was being thrown around a lot the last 2 days. They were saying that was the guy that put hands on 6ix9ine, right? And that guy and this guy, 6ix9ine's head of security, obviously tagged each other, or 6ix9ine's head of security tagged him, Bullet Guzman, right? And they're probably just trying to clear the air and say that, this guy didn't do it, and we didn't set 6ix9ine up either. Now, is there a possibility they could be protesting too much?
Bruh.
Maybe. I don't trust none of these guys. If I'm rich, I wouldn't trust no security, man. I didn't see that go bad. I didn't see it go good too, man. I've seen it go really good. So it's just having a relationship with them where you could trust them, man. But when it comes to like hip hop, rap, and all that, there's always this financial gain. And I was just watching a podcast yesterday, and they were sitting in there, they were talking about the LA scene. I don't know about Miami, but in the LA scene, based on what they were saying, all of the people who work security, most of the big dudes who get hired for security positions, they all from a neighborhood, they claim something and something. So it's like hard to trust them because when it comes down to it, they could be the main ones trying to set you up, bruh. And these dudes, man, who work security, man, they know they're in demand, man, especially with these rappers. And it puts the rappers in a vulnerable position because now you got this big dude, probably carrying. He's got to escort you everywhere. He knows everywhere you go. And if the back door is open, it could be used. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
Crazy, man. So I don't know, man. But this dude, his head of security, is obviously trying to clear up the rumors about this guy, Bullet Guzman, letting it be known that he didn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to show any of that, but yeah, man. Yeah. So let's do this. Let's actually look at, let's talk about that. Okay. So you see the meme right there. There's been several memes out there of 6ix9ine and whatnot, right? And you show this right here is a tweet, that was put out there by the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department, right? So the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department put out an alert about what happened to 6ix9ine, and it reads as so: assault at LA Fitness in Lake Worth. Last night, our deputies respond. Now, hold up, before I continue. Now that everybody knows that he goes to that LA Fitness, I hope, I pray, I know that there is no way that he's going to that LA Fitness again. You know what I mean? I know that he would have to be tripping to go to that LA Fitness ever again in his life. But man, let's continue. It says, last night, our deputies responded to an incident at LA Fitness 8000 block of Lantana Road in Lake Worth. An altercation occurred between several individuals, leaving Daniel Hernandez injured. Hernandez was transported to a local hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. So it looks like, man, I mean, based on that, it's just your regular Crime Stopper information. They just want somebody to report and tell something if they saw something. The likelihood of having that happen after the way they put the whooping on him, I mean, think about it. If you've seen the video, that one dude just stomped on his ribs. I don't know, dog, ribs are more fragile than you think. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, like a grown dude, 250, 350 or something like that, just stomping with all his might on your ribs and stuff, man. That's a bad look, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That's a horrible day. And I don't know, maybe somebody will do what they feel is the right thing and turn these guys in or something like that. But they got video surveillance and all that. So man, let's get to that, right? Let's talk about that, right? Where is it at? Thought I had it up. All right, so let's look at this, man. All right, so this is the actual video. And I know plenty of you have seen this before, but for those of you who haven't had a chance to view this, we're going to look at it together, right? I know this topic has been discussed in ad nauseum, but man, we're gonna go there, man, because I think we should give the bodyguard a fair shake and not just assume that he was in on the plot, right? So this is the video that shows 6ix9ine's attackers arriving to the gym. Now that's the end where you see the three guys walking out, right? But man, you get such a good view of their face. It's like, and it's slow motion, like that dude in the back. Like if there's any type of, what do they call it, where they scan your face and identity detection or whatever, dog, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. Might as well show up in handcuffs at the station, right? So this is the guy that seems real shady, right? The guy who's looking out the window. And I don't know about the employees there, so I'm not gonna speculate on that. But the guy looking out the window, like that, I don't know, man, that would send off antennas in my head. No matter what, I'd be like, yo, man, if I was just a regular patron there, I'd be like, what's up with dude? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I didn't see a lot of crazy stuff, so maybe that would just be me. Holding that door. And then the other big dude, they almost look similar, you know what I'm saying? Bald head, beard, black arm. Like they showed up to do work, man. They wasn't playing, man, these cats right here. That one dude, he even looks back at the girl and cracks a joke. And it looks like, am I tripping? Or does the dude in the front have on Crocs? Are those Crocs? I mean, okay, I gotta say this. What in the world did 6ix9ine have on? And is this dude did this dude beat him up in Crocs? Like, what is going on with that South Florida dressing, man? Y'all tell me, man, because I know where I'm at, it's hot already. And I know in Florida, it's got to be a little hot already, man. You see what I'm saying? And cats is in bubble jackets and boom boom shorts. This dude look like he in Crocs. What in the world going on out there, man? When I seen that outfit, I almost fell out. Man, let's go. Let's go. So this is the guy, he looks back and he looks like he's cracking a joke, right? And that big dude, he walked in mad. You see him right there, he just like, and he's one of those dudes who's so big and muscular that it's almost awkward the way that he moves, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely not a dude you want stepping on your rib cage, bruh.
Bruh.
Right on him, dog. That messed, you know that hurt. You know what I'm saying? What up, Portland, Jamaica? I see you. What up? All right. So let's go. Now, nobody says, I think, man, and I've heard different theories about this, and this is in slow-mo, so maybe we can stop it for a second. This looks like when these guys are leaving. Like, this looks like they're leaving. Because look at dude right there. He's looking at his hand. Like, he's looking at his hand. And one guy is holding a pair of shoes. Did they take his shoes? Like, I don't know. Like, did they take his shoes or something like that? Because you see the guy with the shoes in his hand, right? That's an odd look for somebody who's about to go get into a fight or jump somebody, right? So did they show up and take dude's shoes? Or what in the world's going on with this, bro? And the way that they was moving, I'd have been thinking, man, I probably would have left as soon as I seen Buddy show up. I'd be like, nah, man, we ain't staying. We're going to dip. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever's going down, I ain't trying to be around for. You know what I'm saying? I think dude is in Crocs. One is black and one is white. The dude on the far right. Look at those look like Crocs to me. Yep. This is weird. All this is weird. The dude in the back, I don't know, man. This is weird, man. And why do they have a pair of shoes in their hand? Why does dude have shoes in his hands? Big dude looking mad and happy, like, ha, you know? Dude in the back with his water bottle or whatnot. Maybe they were really in there getting a workout in before this happened. Maybe it wasn't a planned situation like we think. Maybe they did get a workout in. Because dude is holding shoes in his hand. Other guy's holding a water bottle. It just doesn't smell or feel like, yeah, we showed up with the intent to get dude. But when they walking in that door, it seems like that, right? Yeah, they got the slow-mo on Buddy in the back. Any facial recognition type deal, I think, man, they got him. Same with the dude on the left there, man. But there's so many dudes that look like that, man. It's almost hard to... Yeah, Buddy in the back, man. He looking like they know who he is. Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I just wanted to play that video one more time, man. You said he got his towels and water bottle, a 6ix9ine workout. Like was that they workout? They said, okay, dog, instead of cardio today, you know what? We're going to put the whooping on somebody. You got the towel, you got the water. Okay. That big dude stepping on them ribs, man. Woo. That look bad, bro. That look bad. Oh, man, y'all killing me, man. Hit that like button. Y'all get them likes up. Let's go, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Watch this one more time, man. Yeah, I think my dude is in some Crocs. He doesn't have the tennis shoes in his hand right there. You see, right? He lets big man in. Says something to the lady at the desk. Kind of laughs. Throws it like a flirty look. Then when they come back, look, tennis shoes in hand. What's up with that? Like, did they take 6ix9ine shoes? Huh. I don't know. This whole thing is weird. Like I said, from the fact that dude looks like he has on some Crocs. Maybe they could be those Yeezy slides. You know those Yeezy slippers or whatever? They got holes in them too. It could be those. But it looks like he had on Crocs, man. To the fact that 6ix9ine had a full-blown Bubble Goose on Montclair jacket, which you know is hotter than you know what, and some Boom Boom shorts on, some Daisy Dukes. This is weird, man. It's one of the strangest stories ever, bro. Yeah, we're going to leave that as it is, man. We've seen that enough. But what I wanted to segue into was another story that's out there. And let's see, man. 42 Doug. Nah, we ain't gonna. This right here. Okay, so let's look at this tweet. This is courtesy of YSL RICO updates. I guess they update a lot of the case files and stuff like that about the YSL RICO case, right? Y'all get them likes up, hit that like button, man. Listen to Evan in the chat. Now, what's crazy about this is there's been a lot of updates in this case recently, right? And this time, it looks like Lil Woody might have gotten into some trouble. By trouble, I mean he might have did something at one of the detention centers or whatever it's called that he's being held at. I guess it's a Dunbar Recreational Center, right? Now, for those of you who don't know, and we'll get back to that in a second. Don't worry, we're not going to drop the topic. For those of you who don't know, YSL Woody or YSL Lil Woody is this guy right here to the right of Young Thug, right? Now, he's also the guy who's seen in the interrogation video pretty much giving up everything, you know, talking about everything involving in the street life, talking about Young Thug. It was rumored, or based on some of the things that he said, that, he had been involved with some dudes or in law enforcement for about 10 years. So potentially he's been an informant for that long. He also said some things about some bodies and there's supposed to be some shootings. I mean, basically, when it comes to this case, YSL Lil Woody is a thorn in Young Thug's side, right?
Bruh.
Crazy part about it is, I'm pretty sure Young Thug and them didn't even figure this out until into the case. Because based on the interrogation tape, all the paperwork involved, it seems like he's one of the number one witnesses or potential informants against Young Thug based on the rumors and the stuff that's out there, right? What's crazy about it is this dude doesn't have too much of a clean background for himself. He had caught a weapons charge. He had been locked up prior. And when he came home, even though he was allegedly informing on YSL, dude was still out in the rap world boosting himself up like he was a YSL artist or a YSL affiliate.
Bruh.
Craziness, man, right? Well, obviously, Young Thug and them are trying to find some sort of way that they can, make YSL Woody look not as credible as a witness. And this seems like this might have fell into their hands. Now, according to this tweet, it says Kenneth Copeland, a.k.a. YSL Lil Woody, or a.k.a. Lil Woody, and a.k.a. a major state's witness in the YSL RICO case, has been reported by Atlanta Mayor's office for threatening people at a rec center.
Bruh.
Young Thug's lawyer requests all evidence related to this because Woody lied to law enforcement afterwards, and it could be used to impeach his credibility in front of a judge. I repeat, Woody allegedly lied to law enforcement afterwards, and it can be used to impeach his credibility in front of a jury. So what they're trying to do is make him look like not a credible witness, to get all that tape out of there, to get all that interrogation out of there, to get all the statements he's done in the past out of there, and YSL Lil Woody not be any information he provided not be able to be used against Young Thug. This is important because he was so close to Young Thug. He was actually with Young Thug and YSL, riding around, acting, I guess, like they homeboy and stuff like that, and, eventually turned on him when things got hot. Now, let's actually look at this document that talks about this whole ordeal. Now, this is allegedly what was put into the case file or the motion that was filed by Young Thug's attorneys. Now, you see it says in the Superior Court of Georgia, or in the Superior Court of Fulton County, state of Georgia, and you have that Judge Glanville, the guy who's been presiding over the case ever since we've been in the jury selection and all that. It says motion for Brady impeachment evidence comes now. Mr. Jeffrey Williams, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby files this motion for Brady impeachment evidence in the above referenced case. In support of this motion, Mr. Williams shows as follows. 1, Mr. Williams is innocent of all crimes in the above referenced indictment. So basically, the above referenced indictment is the state versus Jeffrey Williams, right? And 2, based upon information and belief, the city of Atlanta's mayor's office contacted Detective Gather, Detective Dennis, or other law enforcement, God dang, my bad, y'all, and other law enforcement officers to inform them that Casey has made threats to people at the Dunbar Recreational Center. Now, what's being said is Casey is Kenneth Copeland, or YSL Lil Witty in this case, right? And basically he's saying that, yo, they want the information based upon the fact that he was allegedly making these threats to people at this recreational center. Now, by filing this motion, they also letting people know exactly where YSL Woody is. So I don't know. That's crazy.
Bruh.
Now, Mr. Williams has no information on these threats whatsoever, and under Brady versus Maryland, these threats are impeachment evidence since Casey denied ever making any of these threats. Now, I'm wondering who they're saying he's making these threats to. Was he making them towards the defendant in this case, Young Thug, a.k.a. Jeffrey Williams, or was it just random people who were at the facilities there? You know what I mean? Wherefore, Mr. Williams respectfully asks his honorable court to hold a hearing on this motion, and at the conclusion of same asks that this honorable court to grant the above requested relief and order the prosecution to provide all reports and investigative files. So basically, they want all the information about YSL Lil Woody and who he was threatening, if he was making any threats, and if so, what type of threats, because they feel this is enough to impeach the evidence and lessen the credibility of the witness and potentially get his testimony and everything associated with him out of this trial. That's how I interpret this. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it seems like. Now, is this just another last-ditch effort on behalf of Young Thug and his legal team? Possibly, but in these court cases, there's a lot of motions that get filed, and it's based on the evidence that's presented in the court and in the discovery. So, man, you got to give it time to work its way out. But I've talked to several people, and it just still seems like a touchy subject when it comes to this with Young Thug. Like, most people think that it's a done deal. You know, he's a wash. But there's several out there who still feels like he has a chance in this case. And if he can get the testimony of YSL Lil Woody thrown out or prove that he's not a credible witness as they're trying to portray him as, man, that could help his case so much more. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
All right, man. Y'all know I hate reading all that legal jargon, but, man, we do what we do for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just do what y'all do for me and hit that like button, man. You know I don't go live much, but, man, let's talk about it. So, what are we gonna talk about next? Let's do this. All right, man. So we just going to talk about one quick thing before we get up out of here. Now, there was a report about 42 Doug, right? It was said that 42 Doug was facing 5 more years in federal prison. 42 Doug has been locked up since, I believe, last year. And they're talking about he's looking at more time. Now, 42 Doug had a response to that and basically said this is all cap. Now, in the story that was printed, and I want to say it was Yahoo News right here, they said 42 Doug faced an additional 5 years in prison after guilty plea. 42 Doug could potentially spend more time in prison than 28-year-old. I can't even believe 42 Doug is 28 years old, man. I thought he was much younger than that. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was like 21, maybe 22, you know what I mean? But regardless, let's go. The 28-year-old recently pled guilty to illegal possession of a firearm. The Detroit rapper was arrested on May 2022 for failure to turn himself in for a 6-month prison sentence after being found guilty of illegal possession of a firearm. Upon admission, it was revealed that he could face 5 more years in prison plus a $250,000 fine.
Bruh.
They talking big money. Now, the Maybach rapper has a significant history when it comes to run-ins with the law. In 2017, he was convicted of carjacking and felony arms possession. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and explosives received an anonymous tip that Doug had fired a gun at a shooting range in Atlanta in 2019. This is what was tricky about this, right? And I remember talking about this story and doing a video about it, right? 42 Doug got arrested years after a video that he allegedly took, you know what I mean, for a gun that he fired at a shooting range in Atlanta. And this made things bad for him because that's before he blew up, right? He was in the middle of blowing up when all this went down. And what's crazier about it is somebody had to turn him in. There is no way. How did they find that tape from 2019? Come on, man. Like who turned him in? Who did he make mad to where he was shooting at a shooting range and they found that tape? Do you think that they're randomly looking at, well, it's possible. I guess it would be possible that they could be randomly looking at all tapes from a shooting range and trying to match that person that goes to the shooting range. That's just too many people. Too many people in the country be doing that. Somebody probably turned that over, man. I'm betting that.
Bruh.
And they knew it was 42 Doug. They remember the day they went there and they said, hey, man, ATF, guess what I got? This dude had to take a plea deal on a felony charge back in the day in 2017. He ain't even supposed to have a gun. So you know what? Take him to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that really happened because how in the world else did they get that tape? Crazy, man. Now, 5 months later, the CMG rapper was arrested again for evading police because he was supposed to turn himself in. He was finally sentenced to jail time in February 2022 following multiple failed drug tests and obstruction of the law enforcement in December 2021. XXL reported that 42 Doug's lawyer stated he did not turn himself in to serve his 6-month prison sentence because he filed an appeal for a revocation of his probation. So 42 Doug was supposed to turn himself in to do 6 months, right? Because of the past conviction. He didn't do so, they're saying, and he's saying he had an excuse because he had filed an appeal, but regardless, they weren't trying to hear that. Once he turned himself into jail, he's been fighting ever since. Now, Doug's legal woes came at an inopportune time as the rapper rose to prominence following his appearance on the Lil Baby's 2020 hit, We Pay. Since then, he joined forces with label mate ESTG for their collaborative album, Last One's Left, and a slew of memorable records with Future and Moneybagg Yo. So basically saying that he was on his rise, man, when all this hit him. When he got hit with all this, man, it was at the worst time possible. But I mean, at the end of this, it doesn't look like 42 Doug is going to be doing as much time as they say, because he replied to all these reports, to even this report, and said this. 42 Doug denies reports that he faces an extra 5 years in jail. He said cap and left it at that. You know what I mean? And what's crazy about this situation, you know, and obviously he said something there with his hands. I don't know what he's trying to say. You guys figure it out. You know what I mean? But what's crazy about that situation is, regardless, 42 Doug, he's with the right team. I think he'll be like, once he gets out, he'll be able to get back to rapping just like he was. You know what I mean? He was kind of in that mid-level anyways, not mid as saying his music was mid, but meaning he was in that medium or middle level of the rap game to where he hadn't blown to like a little baby, but he was recognizable. So, man, the opportunity is there in the future, right? Now, with that, man, this has been your boy Big Man, man. We ran through all them topics too fast. I be going fast on these lives. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in the comment section and see what y'all up to, man. What y'all got going? Who leaked the YSL Woody footage? I would pay for that information. I'm going to be real. And I got a guy in Atlanta, but man, yo, I wonder. I seriously wonder about that myself. You know what I'm saying? All right, I wonder. I have my theories, but I ain't going to say them. I think maybe, okay, I'll say this. I think maybe it might have been a hacker. I think it might have been a hacker because they were using, I'm not going to say, they were using, man, a common app, like to share information. And in the past, that hasn't been as reliable as other sources. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they came out with that whole situation where they wanted people to view all the discovery, and that got shot down. They wanted Young Thug's lawyers and them to view the discovery in the legal offices of the district attorney or whatnot. That got shot down because, that's a huge disadvantage. Yeah. Sovereign citizen Doug, you're funny, man. Y'all are crazy, man. Good one. What up, bro, from Chicago? What up, Chicago, man? I didn't do a list, man. I saw everybody did a list, and by the time it was time for me to do my list, oh, man. But Chicago, one of my number one markets, man. And that goes out to all the different Instagram pages that be reposting my stuff, too, man. And a little bit to the Source and XXL. Yo, they be on it, though, man. Yeah, man. Chicago, y'all on it, man. One of my biggest markets, man. That's why I like talking to Chicago drill rappers and doing those interviews. That's kind of for me too, man. I like doing those. You know what I mean? Taxstone guilty of manslaughter. What was it, man? We can run down the list. Did I close it out? It was manslaughter. It was, man, basically guilty of shooting and killing one person, and shooting and shooting three others. Having a weapon illegally. I mean, they threw everything except murder, which is good, right? You know what I mean? Y'all say he's just a truth teller. Yardy's in the building. What's up, man? Tampa, what up? What up, Tampa? What up? Portland, Jamaica in the building. I see you. Who did I miss earlier while I was rambling? Y'all wild. I see the comments. Talking about 6ix9ine working out in them boom boom short Daisy Duke. I don't know what they were. I don't want to say it in that way. You know what I'm saying? It feels funny even saying it like that. You know? Bama in here. What up, Bama? Columbus, Ohio in the house, in his house. 6ix9ine definitely got caught lacking. I doubt it'll happen again. And luckily, dude is all right, man. Just a quick lesson. Yardy from Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the building. What's up, man? What up? All right, man, I'm about to close this out. I appreciate everybody that showed up for this live, man. It was impromptu. I just felt like jumping on the live real quick. I know this isn't my forte, but I love doing it anyway, and especially when something's breaking, man. I love doing that, man. But y'all do me a favor, man. On your way out, show your boy some love. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this icon.